Dear Soto Cruz, you're being summoned for a civil action number 24CV01851KAS. This is a federal lawsuit that I am summoning for you to show up to. You're a good lawful man. You're not going to pull a pickerel, are you? Going to hide inside your house, huh? Is that how you all get away with it? You commit crimes against people and then hide inside your house, huh? Isn't that genius? It's titled Masters versus the Criminals and the Colorado Officials Who Protect Them. Soto Cruz, from the time that you received this summons and complaint, you got 21 days to answer to the allegations. Rule 11. The pleadings that are allowed are listed in Rule 7 of the Federal Rules of Civil Procedure. Rule 7B allows an answer to a complaint. The general rules for pleadings are listed in Rule 8. You can deny part of the allegation, deny it all, or not deny anything. Rule 8D declares that pleadings be concise and direct. Rule 8E declares that pleadings must be construed so as to do justice. The address of the courthouse is 901 19th Street, Denver, Colorado, 80294. It's the Alfred A. Arraj, U.S. Courthouse. Now, Soto Cruz, I got some interrogatories. I got some questions for you, Soto Cruz. So I endured dozens and dozens of crimes while living in Costilla County, including having my dog Tecumseh viciously and brutally and intentionally murdered. Why were you deliberately indifferent, Soto Cruz? Why were you deliberately indifferent to the crimes that were committed against me? What does it take for a citizen of Costilla County to get the protection of the police? Hey, Soto Cruz, who murdered my Tecumseh? How far has that investigation gone? Who all did you investigate? Did you canvass the neighborhood? Now, Soto Cruz, you told me that you would get back to me after you asked some questions. But you didn't do that, did you? When is that day going to come? When are you going to get back to me and let me know what happened to Tecumseh? Like the president, are you also a pathological liar? How much violence and oppression and crimes is one good and honest and lawful man supposed to endure? Hey, Soto Cruz, when the crimes had happened, I called 911. Hey, Soto Cruz, I paid for my planning and zoning permits. All that wasted money, all that wasted time. Why would anyone call 911? You live in Costilla County, do not call 911. Do not pay for your planning and zoning permits. That will get you fucked. Nobody else paid for their planning and zoning permits. Why do criminals who commit crimes get to freely live and drive and be married without any restrictions? Hey, Soto Cruz, doesn't case and statutory and evidence and procedure law all stand upon the solid bedrock of constitutional law? Hey, Undersheriff, doesn't the rights in Colorado's Constitution combined with the rights in America's Constitution equal the people's total bushel of freedoms? Are you suggesting that we should ignore the U.S. Constitution or the Colorado Constitution? Aren't we a free country? How many times have you arrested somebody for depriving them of their freedom? Are you saying we should ignore the American Constitution or Colorado's Constitution? Which Constitution, Soto Cruz, do you believe is superfluous? Hey, Soto Cruz, do you have a coherent and comprehensive theory of morals and law? Why not? Why not? You're supposed to be a law enforcer who equally protects and punishes, but you don't even have a coherent and comprehensive theory of morals and law? So you're just basically winging it, aren't you? Hey, Undersheriff, who was that guy in the video who was clicking his gun at me that was felony menacing me? I got him on video camera. I caught him red-handed. Soto Cruz, are you going to arrest that guy? How's that not felony menacing? You don't give a shit about crimes that happen. Why don't you admit it? You don't give a damn about the crimes that happened in Costilla County. You became a cop for the power, not the responsibility. You're too scared to go after the damn criminals. Soto Cruz, have you ever arrested anybody for being deprived of their constitutional rights? Hey, Soto Cruz, isn't there a certain charm in the word constitutional? Do you have a personal constitution, Soto Cruz? If so, what is your personal constitution? Atticus Finch said that you can't truly know a person unless you've walked around in their skin. Hey, Soto Cruz, do you have empathy? What are your virtues, Soto Cruz, if any? Hey, Soto Cruz, why must the moral and the lawful have to endure any crimes at all? I didn't hurt anybody. Why would I have to endure crimes against me? Hey, Soto Cruz, do you believe in the Bill of Rights? Soto Cruz, if you were threatened at your house when you weren't harming anybody, you don't think that you get a right to defend yourself and your family and your home? and your property? Shouldn't the law punish and protect everybody equally, Soto, Cruz? Hey, Undersheriff, by allowing criminals to move into Costilla County without planning and zoning permits and letting them commit whatever crimes they please, aren't you, Soto, Cruz, and planning and zoning, and the cops and the courts, aren't you creating the very criminal element that you pretend to be against? How much longer can a system who criminalizes the victims and protect the criminals survive? How long does that system survive? Kenny John was murdered by Christopher Mondragon. You arrested Mondragon yet? Is Mondragon going to see 27 court appearances? Is he going to get robbed of his money and his homestead? I guess he's pulling a pickerel, isn't he? Oh, that's real smart. You murder the person, steal the truck, steal their ATV, steal the trailer, and then just disappear. Well, you don't know what the hell to do then, do you? That's what pickerel would do. You couldn't figure it out. Schultz couldn't figure it out. He would just commit the crime and hide inside of his house. Well, hell, have you checked Mondragon's house? Maybe he's still there. You wouldn't be able to figure it out even if he was. You and your deputies didn't know what to do. Pickerel is a devil worshiper. Hey, Soto, Cruz, do you worship the devil too? I mean, you're addicted to sin. You're addicted to allowing criminals to go free, and you're addicted to committing crimes yourself. Do you worship evil, Soto, Cruz? Because there's no way any of those involved can call themselves a Christian. You ever heard you're supposed to treat your neighbor as yourself? You ever heard the golden rule, Soto, Cruz? Soto, Cruz, do you even have a conscience? Soto, Cruz, do you have any morals? What are your morals, Soto, Cruz? The preamble of the Colorado Federal Constitution lists some principles. You should just go ahead and adopt them if you don't have any. Hey, Soto, Cruz, if you don't even stand up for the truth, what do you stand up for? Anything? Soto, Cruz, if you don't have morals or law, then what do you got? Hey, Soto, Cruz, for a regular citizen in the SLV, would you suggest for them to join the Bloods, the Crips, or the Nazis? Which one of these groups, the Bloods, the Crips, or the Nazis, would you say would provide a fair and square, balanced, and even-handed set of justice who protects and punishes people equally? Would it be the Nazis, the Bloods, or the Crips? Which one of these associations would actually offer the protection and service that the SLV cops and courts and clerks and DAs wouldn't and couldn't supply? Hey, Soto, Cruz, how many crimes have you had to endure while you were in Costilla County? Oh, I see. You protect yourself and your friends and your family and nobody else. I'm a good and honest and lawful man. At some point in the proceedings, I expected a conscience or righteousness or goodness to prevail. If a few warning shots shot in defense of home, person, and property are major offenses, why wouldn't the bloody murder of Tecumseh be a crime? Why wouldn't stalking or arsons? How about drive-by shootings? Isn't that attempted murder or drive-by shootings? So you can't fire a couple warning shots, but you're allowed to drive to other people's house and then try to murder them? You're allowed to have one truck set up so they put the bright lights on you while the other truck is driving up the hill shooting at you? You think that's okay, Soto, Cruz? The fuck's the matter with you, Soto, Cruz? What the fuck is the matter with you? Hey, Soto, Cruz, after you ignored so many crimes, many light harassment misdemeanors, but some major felonies, is there any way you could actually say that that is equal protection? Huh, Soto, Cruz? I mean, to err is human, unless you got a uniform on, right, Soto, Cruz? So apparently just putting on a badge and a hat that changes the dynamic of human nature. His superior told the cops in the murder of Christian Glass to not engage with him. Should we the people fear for our lives just for engaging with the cops? Shouldn't good and innocent people be welcomed and encouraged to speak out and testify against the criminals in their neighborhood? Wouldn't that culture be more conducive to a safe and peaceful neighborhood? You're going to arrest the fucking victim. How stupid are you? Hey, Soto, Cruz, shouldn't the police add warning shots to the continuum of force? Hey, Soto, Cruz, how many officer-involved murders would have been prevented if the warning shots was added to the continuum of force? Hey, Soto, Cruz, you know, to prevent tyranny, our Constitution has these 8 powers: bicameralism, federalism, Bill of Rights, constitutionalism, rule of law, elections, 3 branches of government, and enumerated powers. Now, you know that, don't you? Are you a member of the sovereign citizen Nazis, or a Crip or a Blood, Soto, Cruz? or a member of some other criminal organization? Which group is supposed to actually give us justice?